fire breaks out at a Jasper home for the second time in 5 days. More on that, plus Monday with the Mayor takes off, and host Bill Potter brings us another episode of Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. We begin with authorities continuing to investigate a Sunday morning ATV accident that left a Huntingburg man with serious injuries. At around 2:30 a.m., Indiana conservation officers say 30-year-old Lucas Schrader had been operating his ATV in a wooded area along the Patoka River when he failed to negotiate the trail he was riding along. Schrader collided head-on with a tree, and a passenger called family for help. Schrader suffered leg and head injuries in the crash. He was taken to Memorial Hospital, and he was later taken to St. Mary's Hospital in Evansville, where he is listed in critical but stable condition. Conservation officers say Schrader was not wearing a helmet at the time of the crash, and alcohol may have been a contributing factor. DuBois County Sheriff's deputies also assisted conservation officers. Now, conservation officers are again warning the public to use protective equipment such as chest protectors, helmets, and shin guards when riding an ATV. For more information on ATV safety, you can visit offroad-ed.com/Indiana. Jasper police are looking into the overnight theft of a vehicle from a North Side residence. The department says a black 2014 Subaru Outback was taken from a private driveway in the 3200 block of Howard Drive. Police say the vehicle's license plate number will be 684RAZ. Anyone who has information on the theft or where the vehicle might be can call Jasper Police at 482-2255 or the department's anonymous tip line, which is 481-CLPS. A home on Jasper's southwest side caught fire for the second time in the last 5 days this morning. Just before 7:30 a.m., firefighters with the Jasper Volunteer Fire Department were called to the Alan and Dana Foy residence in the 300 block of South Truman Road. Jasper Fire Chief Kenny Hoaksong says the circumstances of this fire were somewhat similar to the fire that happened at the home this past Wednesday afternoon.
We were called to a fire in the basement that traveled the upstairs. The neighbors seen the smoke this morning and called the Foys.
Hoaksong says the Foys were not home this morning as they were staying with family due to the damage caused by last week's fire. Hoaksong says the State Fire Marshal's office continues to investigate the cause of the fire this morning. He says there is extensive damage to the inside of the home, but there is no definitive estimate at this time. The Jasper Fire Department responded with 6 trucks and 35 men. They were on scene for nearly 2 hours. Jasper Police, Indiana State Police, and Memorial Hospital EMS also assisted. Authorities have found a body they believe is that of a missing Daviess County woman. Indiana conservation officers say the body of 55-year-old Leanne Weiscaver of Washington was found at around 8:30 Saturday morning. It was found in the East Fork of the White River, roughly half a mile downstream from the State Road 257 bridge, which spans the Pike and Daviess County lines. Now, Weiscaver had been missing since about 5:15 Thursday evening. Conservation officers say Pike County Dispatch was called around that time about a woman who was standing on the State Road 257 bridge. After the caller turned around and went back to check on her, Weiscaver had vanished. Authorities found Weiscaver's car parked on the south side of the State Road 257 bridge. Search efforts lasted just over 36 hours. Several agencies from both Pike and Daviess counties assisted conservation officers with their search. A serious crash in eastern Martin County Saturday afternoon left 4 people injured after an SUV collided with a bus carrying members of a high school baseball team. At around 5:20 p.m., Indiana State Police say 41-year-old Bart Drew of Washington had been going westbound on U.S. Highway 150 in eastern Martin County. After he passed Panhandle Road, ISP says Drew lost control of his SUV in a curve due to wet roads. Drew's vehicle then collided with a 15-passenger Ford bus owned by the Paoli Community School Corporation. State police say the bus was being driven by 37-year-old Jeremy Ashley of Paoli and had 1 coach and 6 members of the Paoli baseball team on board. State police say Drew had to be extricated from his vehicle and he was airlifted to the University of Louisville Hospital for treatment. 2 passengers in Drew's vehicle, 15-year-old Chase Drew and 9-year-old Grace Drew, were taken to Memorial Hospital in Jasper for treatment of minor injuries. Meanwhile, 17-year-old Connor Blair of Paoli suffered minor injuries as a passenger on the school bus. He was taken to IU Health Hospital in Paoli for treatment. West Baden Police, the Martin County Sheriff's Department, the Shoals Fire Department, IU Health, and Martin County EMS all assisted. The new T-hangar at the Huntingburg Airport has celebrated its long-awaited opening. Earlier today, officials from the city of Huntingburg and across DuBois County held a formal ribbon cutting for the new T-hangar. Huntingburg Mayor Denny Spenner says the hangar announcement is a big celebration for not just the airport, but for the city as a whole.
I think this is a great look at how, again, cooperation between a lot of government agencies to come together and be successful. I want to really thank the county council and the county commissioners for a lot of financial support to make this happen. But the airport board has been something. This has been something they've been working on for several years.
Meanwhile, other local officials are also pleased with the new hangar.
It improves the overall investment that the taxpayers have also put into this project and protects their money, because the airport is going to grow, which, you know, helps everybody. Brings in more business, brings in more people.
Now, work on the T-hangar project was finished within the last couple of weeks. Airport manager Travis McQueen says the hangar is already filled to capacity. Construction on this project was done by Evansville-based WB Kester Incorporated and Jasper Lumber. And finally tonight, the 10th edition of Holiday World and Splash and Safari's fundraising efforts for diabetes research was a huge success. The Walk to Cure Diabetes was held at the park yesterday and raised more than $350,000 for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. The park also donated tickets to JDRF for the event to more than 1,300 individuals, families, and teams. Now, Holiday World has raised almost $3 million for JDRF since the walk began in 2006. The event was started by Lake Park President Will Cook, who was a diabetic. Cook's daughters Leah and Lauren Cook were also on hand to thank various sponsors. All right, coming up after the break, Monday with the Mayor is on the runway, and later, tonight's edition of Inform. We're back after this.